Hi there, and welcome to this guide on how to get an A star for your GCSE exam on Lord of the Flies. In this guide, we're looking particularly at integrator quotations. I'm going to give you an example, and for that example I'm going to work with this question. What is the significance of the conch in Lord of the Flies? Integrator quotations are a really nice way of showing off to the examiners. You've only got 45 minutes in the exam. In that time, I'm going to suggest to you that you choose 3 main quotations from throughout the novel that explain your ideas, that give you something to write about. But 3 is quite limiting. The integrated quotation allows you to show off that little bit more to imply even more depth to your knowledge. All you have to do is choose another quotation which helps you to elaborate on your main one. You're then going to include that second quotation, not on its own with loads of analysis, but as part of your explanation of the first quotation. Let's show you what I mean. So remember, this is our question: what's the significance of the conch in Lord of the Flies? Here's an example answer. In the climax of the novel, the conch comes to represent the fragility of civilization. Piggy stood holding out the talisman, the fragile shining beauty of the shell. Here Golding's description of the shell implies the perfection of the dream which Ralph and Piggy had been clinging on to, but also the impossibility of its success. The word fragile implies to the reader that, despite its beauty, the savagery of mankind will inevitably overrule their desire for order. The conch therefore represents all that is good, but also its powerlessness to oppose that which is not. This is a fantastic answer. This answer I'd immediately be thinking A grade as part of a whole answer. It may even get to the A star, but we can improve it really simply. And what I'm going to do, this quotation is obviously from near the end, just before the conch is destroyed and Piggy dies, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quotation from the beginning, this one, a worthy plaything, and I'm going to integrate that into my explanation. I'm not going to analyse the language or anything, I'm just going to put it in. Here's what it looks like. The answer, you'll see here, is exactly the same. But down here, just towards the end, I've included this sentence. This symbol of frail hope is far removed from the worthy plaything which Ralph first discovers. I'm using Golding's own words to add to my explanation, to add to the depth of my analysis. Examiners love it. You won't have time to do it every time for every quotation necessarily, but try and include it once or twice and it will help you up that mark towards the A star grade. So, to summarise, integrated quotations, it's an A star skill. You're choosing another quotation which helps you to elaborate on your main one. You're going to include it as part of your explanation. When you do this, you don't have to analyse the language or structure of that quotation, simply include it as part of the explanation. You can even do it in brackets. Don't try and do it every time because you probably won't have time, but do it when you can and when it's obvious. Good luck.